Okay, we're live. This is the 12th session of the Queen of Hearts Chronicle, the second story, the 5th chapter. This might be the last chapter of the story. I'm not sure, especially now that we have some people kind of coming late. I don't know, but technically nobody canceled. They all just said they might come late or not, so we'll see. But for now, the key is that we're beginning we're beginning sort of in a space where we are moving ahead a little bit. So we're going to assume that everybody in the Motley and Charlotte, because Charlotte's not in the Motley, that's the joke. Okay, so the Motley and Charlotte well, not Erebach, because he also left. So everyone who isn't, Charlotte or Erebach kind of is spending their time getting acclimated with the freehold. So I'm going to assume that everybody is now aware of who's in what court, because all that stuff happened. I introduced already who's in charge of each court. I haven't actually introduced who's in charge of the spring court. But I think they'd probably just be some maybe Guinevere type, like very kind of feminine, more of the kind of the ladies in waiting type thing. The not. It's funny if I say they're all damsels, because then it would be ridiculous, because then Daisy's kind of following in that trend. I wouldn't use that word, but I would say dames, so to speak. Like noble ladies, that kind of thing. It's kind of and so I think that's why Daisy would have like a crown, is because the spring court here is styled in that way. Like they're all kind of, they might all be princesses. It's not princesses like in the magical girls, but maybe they're all styled like nobles. That would make sense to me. But yeah, so you can imagine the spring court being like that. But the idea was that we're going to skip ahead so that you guys have an idea of you guys in character now know everything out of character that's like in the book. So you guys know about the courts, you know about the freeholds, you know about how this situation works. And the question I was going to ask first, actually, before we get to anything else, was, assuming Charlotte gets to spend more time with the freehold, and not necessarily, you don't need to make the Motley Oath with the group. I would actually, because I was going to have William talk to you, but I guess Lisa would be the one to talk to you now. What do you think about your status, like in the freehold, in terms of like actually like committing to it or not? Because that would be the first thing I'm curious about, now that you've spent more time there.
I'd probably say she'd be a bit more partial to it, seeing as it's sort of like a bastion for her kind.
Yeah.
Though she would want to branch out and be more in the city. Like she sort of kind of like do like a part-time thing with the freehold, not dedicate all of her time to it, because she doesn't lose a connection to like
you don't necessarily have to dedicate time. It's more of a thing where they're saying, okay, the principle of the oath would be, okay, we're going to help you. You don't, try to backstab or screw with us. That's all that you really need to agree to. Basically, it's support us, we support you. That's basically what the oath would be.
I think she'd be okay with that, yeah.
Okay. So then you can put on your sheet that you have a freehold oath now.
All right.
That would probably go under oaths or conditions. I usually put oaths under conditions on this sheet. So like under conditions, you'd have a free, and that's permanent, by the way. So you can't get rid of that. But it's a good thing to have, because now that means that the freehold will support you and you're part of the freehold officially. Now you're still not part of the Motley, which is something that we can negotiate, but you are part of the freehold now. So that's good. It doesn't mean you have to live there. They'd offer you that. I'm assuming you'd say no. You'd be like, no, I don't want to live here. Thank you.
No, she wouldn't want it right now.
No, but they would offer you basically whatever. They do the same thing that the vampires do, but I think on a more personal level, where like when you visited the ball, or not the ball. I was going to do a ball, but it's not ball. The dinner. When you visit the dinner, Mithras was telling you, oh, well, is there anything you need? We can help you. No, I think they would come to you one-on-one, be like, hey, listen, if there's anything you need, we can support you. that kind of thing. So would you? So actually, so while you're in negotiations with the freehold, would you arrange anything with them that you'd want, or?
She'd probably say that if they could essentially pin down some medical supplies for her, she'd happily work as like a part-time doctor for them, or like an on-call doctor.
Okay.
Like, but they have to have like a special, like, it's not to be like a super professional thing, but like maybe like a place where she has like a metal table and somewhere where she could work basic, like, and do basic things.
Okay. Yeah, I think they could give you a place in it wouldn't have advanced medical supplies, but you would have basics. So you wouldn't be able to perform like you could still probably perform surgery there, but like it would be difficult for you to do a lot of stuff there, and the tools probably wouldn't give you any kind of bonus, but it would give you, you wouldn't take a penalty, basically. So you'd have like very basic supplies that you could probably do. Yeah, they'd arrange that for you because they need. I think they would mention it's like, oh, good, a doctor. Well, that's one of the things we might need if we're going to go to war. So.
Oh. And before they start drafting her, and then she has PTSD.
Well, there's summer in power now, so they're effectively, prepared for war at all times.
Fair enough.
My question to you actually would be also, sorry, I was going to start with Arivok, but now I'm realizing there's a lot we need to catch you up on in specific. What was, because you never picked a name. Well, you and Lisa, so this would be where we actually pick your code now. I want to know, is it?
Oh, right. You want us to pick a name because we can't reveal our real names?
Well, you already revealed your name to Princess, but if any other Fae shows up, you need to be able to conceal your identity. And the name doesn't need to be something ridiculous. Like, you could pick a human-ish name or a strange name. As long as it's not your real name, it can be anything.
Okay. You were suggesting Bat, I think.
That was the joke, because that anime was something I've seen, and I was like, oh, I've got to show this to them so they get the reference.
Yeah, it's a bit of a goofy anime.
Yes, it is. But my whole point was that I was like, oh, because we were joking about, Lisa being Bat, and I was like, oh, that'd be great, because William's wolf. The only problem is Arivok doesn't really fit.
Well, to be fair, Princess does drive me bats.
But it's not like Mage where you actually get benefits for group theming. So you guys don't actually need a group theme. But the key would be that you need something to conceal your identity with somehow.
Let me see.
Hey, has the plague hit Europe by now?
Excuse me? Sorry?
Is this before or after the plague hit Europe?
This is definitely after. That was
a
long time ago.
Doctor.
Plague Doctor? Okay. Well,
the plague was back in the 1600s.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was a long time ago.
Perfection. I'm not that good at history. Shush.
So Plague Doctor. Well, I mean, again, it doesn't need to be so you're going to go around telling people your name is Plague Doctor from now on.
Well, I thought you said it was for the Fae only.
No, it's for so this is now, they're asking you to come up with a name that you can. So you never want to tell anybody your real name. So now you're going to start calling, you have to be prepared to give everybody some kind of identity that isn't yours, because if anybody finds out your true name, it can be dangerous.
All right.
But so that's why I'm saying you can call yourself Plague Doctor to them, but you also need to be prepared to have a name that's why a lot of the Fae names that people pick are names that sound like they could be names, but they're not. They're kind of fantastical. One of my favorite ones was in the trying to remember, Saving Throw did their role play. One of my favorite ones that they picked was Billy Ruin, which is a really cool name, but it's not his name, but it sounded cool. It's Billy Ruin sounds like a name. You could still call someone that, but it's not their real name, obviously. So think of it like a rock star name type thing. Well, are you Izzy or what the?
I'm thinking about Donkey Skin.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What did you say?
I was thinking about Donkey Skin, but I am not sure it fits.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be.
I used the nickname Lottie before. Does that count as my real name?
What? Sorry.
I used the nickname Lottie before. She called herself Lottie. I can't tell that's
sort of half what I'm looking for. Okay, you could use a nickname because that doesn't reveal your name, but that's not.
Yasel.
What? Sorry.
Yasel.
Yasel? Like Yggdrasil?
No, just like you sell. That's all.
Okay. Again, yeah, I guess that could work.
We're keep making names.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We don't need to. You don't need to know right now. I'm just. This is what the freehold would tell you, because you've already been affected. You haven't, but Lisa's
Oh.
already been affected by this.
How about Carmilla?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, let's go for Carmilla then.
Okay. Just maybe just type that on your sheet somewhere so I have a record of it. And
I am typing it.
And then Charlotte, you can do the same thing. You can use Lottie. That's actually fine. It'll pass for now, but they'll want you to come up with something more, permanent. But that's good enough.
Okay.
As long as you prevent people from finding. So if Princess asks you what your name is, if you say Charlotte, then you're screwed. If you say Lottie, then they don't have any power over you. That's the key difference. Anyway. We've settled that. So does anybody have any other issues they might have with the freehold before we move on? I mean, I know that obviously there might be some tension between Lisa and the freehold, but I think they'd let that slide for now. I mean, we can discuss that later. But besides Lisa, having possible issues with the freehold and kind of coming together with them, would you guys have any other issues that you like, or questions that you need to ask me about the freehold? So that we can get all of the out of character, in character kind of information out of the way, because the whole point is to sort of bridge the gap between those two things. Okay, guess not. All right.
Sorry, you were asking something?
Oh, I was saying, is there anything you want me to explain about the freehold that you guys don't already know? Because the whole point was to inform you. So if there's anything...
do have some question.
Sure. Okay. Let her rip then.
Okay, so for starter, from what I got, the freehold is in the old castle.
Right. It's basically set up on like a hillside castle that's like on the that's in the countryside, basically.
Is it an abandoned castle and they live there in secret, or is it?
It is an abandoned castle that they live there in secret. Yes.
Okay. Is it? Did they? Oh crap! What's the word in English? Well, is there a hollow inside it?
Oh, that's a good question. They don't really have a hollow. The individual people will have their own hollows, so they don't have a communal sort of hollow, but the individual members do. Daisy, for example, doesn't have her own hollow, which is why she's living here, or she was. Now she's not, but so not everybody has their own hollow here. You guys don't have you guys don't have a hollow, for example, but they don't have like a communal space.
So is the interior of the castle renovated with furnitures and everything?
No. So the interesting thing was, and you would have walked through the castle coming in. A lot of it looks like old and abandoned, and they haven't renovated much of it. But they seem to have, and they don't tell you this directly. This is just you kind of picking things up. They seem like they're kind of into this whole ancient medieval kind of vibe. They're basically like LARPers, so they're like, yeah, we want to keep it authentic, so they don't want to renovate it. And it's part of the castle is breaking, and one of the wall, where Marciana was, the wall was breaking. So but they aren't actually renovating any of it. So it's old, it's dusty, it's kind of dim, and they kind of keep things kind of authentic though. And they think that empowers them in some way, or it honors their king, or they have their own traditions. So part of their tradition is that they don't want to modernize, and they're pretending to be knights. So that's kind of their shtick.
How do they react to my presence? Because I am technically not one of them.
Right. I'm gonna save that for basically they're like, well, right now we don't have time to deal with this. If you're a victim of because I think what they rationalize is basically they understand that you're not normally like someone who allies with them, but you've been affected by Princess, so it's kind of like you have diplomatic kind of sway here. It's like, well, normally we wouldn't help you because you're a vampire, but Princess affected you, so that means that we have a right, we are supposed to protect you because you were affected by her. Otherwise, they probably would have kicked you out.
Okay.
So technically her affecting you is like lucky for you because otherwise they probably wouldn't have accepted your case. They would have said, yeah, you're...
So that means once I am cured, they will kick me out.
You might have to negotiate with them about that. I mean, you've already formed a motley with these people, so they can't really kick you. They might allow you to stay, but they're not going to be happy about it. So that'd be something you need to negotiate with them. But yeah, the main reason they're even letting you to like be around here is because you were affected by this. Otherwise, they would be more hesitant. But immediately, I think once you mention like, oh yeah, they're affecting me, then they're like, well, we have to help you. We can't turn you away now. That's
Okay.
it.
How many other changelings are there? I mean,
yeah, like not an exact, but like if you wanted me to give you an estimate, I'd say maybe. I know. So this is important for everybody. So I will kind of give you a basic layout of everyone who's here. So you had Daisy. She's not there anymore. And they would probably notice this by now, but they don't know where she's gone. So they just assume that she's maybe gone out for a walk, but then she doesn't come back the next day. And they're like, okay, now it's a problem. They might, try to send people to look for her. But they can't send anybody in the city. So they're basically just looking around in the field and they haven't found her yet. So there's still ongoing investigation. So she was there she was a greeter. They might have like a handful of the other spring maidens and the spring queen. So about maybe 6 for spring and then maybe 7 for winter. So 13 plus there are 3. There's the summer regent. There's no king because he's gone. So they have the summer regent and then he has 2 also other knights that you see them by this point. You haven't met them, but you've seen them by this point. So that's basically 16, and then the fall king, quote unquote, the piper, the mage, and his apprentices. There are probably only maybe 3 or 4 of them. Maybe only 2, maybe only 4. Not really a big number. He has a few people that he's training, but it's more of a circle of people than like a large group. So if I had to give you a number, it'd probably be somewhere around maybe 15 to 20 people. It's not.
Okay, so there aren't much.
Right. But and this is important to understand is that in London, I think there's only like 50 kindred.
Oh, so yeah, kindred aren't exactly numerous either.
Here, at least at this time period, there are only about 50 of them.
Well, then, I think I got everything I wanted to know. Okay. So I will just take time to specify during my time inside the freehold.
Sure.
I take time to write down everything I learn.
Okay, good. Yeah. They wouldn't, they might not be okay with that if they found out. So I'm assuming you're doing that discreetly. Because if you're doing that in the open, they wouldn't be too okay with you starting to.
Yes, I am doing that discreetly.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It's just a thing to keep in mind that if you want them to suspect that you're a spy, then that's great. But I don't think you want them to suspect that.
I don't really know.
Okay. So let's move on. So this would be the point where you actually get the debriefing from Piper. So if you guys haven't met Piper yet, the 2 of you. So when you meet him, you notice that he's sort of set up in part of the right side of the castle, because Morgiana has sort of the left wing. The summer court has sort of the center. The spring maidens sort of have the upper part of the castle, where a lot of the rooms are, like the guest rooms and such. And then Piper sort of has the right wing to himself. So they sort of all have their own spaces. They intermingle, of course, but like they kind of have their own spaces where they focus their activities. So all the autumn people, you notice that they're all sort of hanging around, meditating. They're practicing mantras and things like that, like focusing, doing all these kind of rituals. More mental than physical. They're not doing physical training. Like you might see the knights kind of like sparring with each other, and the ladies kind of gossiping. But when these wizards in training are sort of just, they're all just like, they're more like Friskin monks or something. They're just like, they're doing the more traditional kind of, almost like monk-esque type of meditative training. And it is definitely a form of training, but it's not really a form of training that, Lisa would be more familiar with, but Charlotte might just think they're a bit weird.
They're straight on the doctor.
They're mostly gathered around in like a small room. There's some candles that are lit. But I think like if you start, like, I'm imagining Lisa just starts getting uncomfortable, so they actually start putting them out before you have like a complete freak out. And they're like, okay, well, we might have to switch to something else. I don't know. Piper just kind of lets you in, and he's like, with the smoke, he's kind of waving it away. He's like, come in, please. This is good. I'm happy to finally have something that you two can help me with. I think I've figured a way to solve your problem.
Whose problem?
Well, when you came here, he's pointing to Lisa. So just so you have an image of him, I have the image. Have you seen the image of Piper yet, or I need to post it again? I can grab it.
I saw it, but I would like a reminder. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can go grab it real quick. Let me just go grab it because I actually have the file now, so I can.
I'm just making sure she was asked to be here. Like, she's not being forced to be here, right?
No. You're not forced to be here at all.
All right.
Erebach left, so if it's not a matter of force.
All right, just making sure because she is slightly uncomfortable around Lisa.
Oh, fair enough. Let me give you this picture here of him. So I put it in the Discord. So he sort of has, short orange hair, and he's wearing more of a suit. He has like a little hat, probably a cane of some kind, or a wand.
Oh, I like him.
Yes. So I might have found a solution to your problem. You remember when you came, you said that Princess might have affected you in some way. Yes?
That's correct.
Well, she enticed you with, as you said, a offer to. And did you show him like the card? Would you have shown them like the library card?
I did.
Okay. So he is. Yes, I've thoroughly analyzed this, and it seems like she is inviting you into her domain. If you enter her domain, then you will very likely never be able to leave and be changed for the remainder of your immortal life. I would not recommend accepting her offer, but because of her compulsions, you may not be able to help it. I have spent some time examining your aura, and I have determined that the best course of action would be to enter your mind directly and remove the influence.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, does mean I get to dissect your head?
No. Well,
I use that part a little when she says that.
It's not very different from surgery, but it's more of an astral surgery than a physical one.
Oh, you and your spiritualist guidance.
I think that I would be able to isolate the influence of Princess, and once you enter the dream, if you can excise the influence from your mind by either defeating them or convincing them to leave or some other method, then perhaps the influence will dissipate and you'll be able to live a healthy, normal, normal as you can. Of course, I don't mean to say that. Forgive me. Right. The point is,
survive. I don't think normal's really within the question.
It's the point being is that the influence will need to be removed. I have a ritual prepared. The only thing is that we will require much more manpower to be able to defeat even an aspect of a true Fae within your mind. They are not weak. The projection, even a projection of them, will be very powerful, very difficult to defeat. In speaking with the rest of your motley, I have concluded that the best course of action would be to find your friend, the Dragon Man. He will be able to help us defeat the projection. With his power and his presence, he will certainly be a critical asset. I'm not sure where he went, but I have been informed that you have a strong connection with the other members of your motley. You will be able to perhaps locate him. I would suggest that you inform him of this matter and please bring him here so that we can perform the ritual.
So let me get this straight.
Yes.
You are talking about doing a ritual to get inside my head and excise a part of my mind?
You and you haven't decided on a name for Alistair, but I guess at this point I'll call him Alice because that'd be a good name. You and Alice, of course, both of you are strongly under their influence. And if we leave it unchecked, you might start losing control. I'm not sure how deep the influence goes.
When he says I'm not sure how deeply the influence grows, Charlotte sort of like takes a step away from Lisa, like, correct.
Alice has been refusing to communicate with us lately. I think it might be a side effect of this influence. Their mind is being broken slowly. And the same thing might be happening to you even if you don't realize it. That's why we need to act.
I don't really feel comfortable with getting people literally inside my mind.
Oh, it's going to be very uncomfortable, but it's absolutely necessary. Don't worry. It won't hurt. Well, unless...
I'm not worried about hurting. I'm worried about my privacy.
Well, unfortunately, your privacy has already been breached by that mad woman. I'm sure you would prefer this to the alternative of possibly being their plaything for eternity. You would have no privacy then. No. Like I would have experience with that sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure how private the lives of the gentry are. I've never been directly contacted.
Well, Princess is quite horrible with her methods, so I don't imagine it'd be very...
May I use something?
Sorry, you were both talking. So,
Sorry, you first, Moggy.
Yeah.
I don't know, she just said, like, I don't imagine it'd be a very fun experience given Princess's methods.
Yes, well, what we know of her methods are very...
deranged.
Deranged, yes. I wouldn't want to use that word exactly. It's we're all a bit deranged, I think, to some degree, but her methods is step over a certain threshold that most of us would be comfortable with. Yes, I think we can agree on that.
May I use specs on him?
On Piper? Sure, go ahead. Yeah. Level 2, level 1, which one?
Level 2.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so...
I'm level 2 activate.
Do I need a Clash of Will, or Do I do the roll right away?
He's not going to actively resist. So what's the? Is it like a composure or a?
It's not contested.
Okay, it's not contested, so it's just minus something, or is it just you roll it and then get?
I just roll.
Okay, go ahead then. Yeah, he's not going to actively block, so.
Okay, let me see.
You might not even be aware that you can do this, so it's just like, okay. You might notice it after the fact, but like.
Flash shrug.
And he is a mind mage, so he'd definitely be able to do something, but he's not going to right away.
Wait, he's a mind mage? I thought he was a channeling.
Oh, no. No, Piper's not a changeling.
Oh crap! I just realized I cannot use my 10 again because I still have obsession.
Correct. Yes, it makes things very difficult for you.
I need to remember that until the condition is solved.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 successes.
Very good. Without being able to roll 10s, that's pretty good. Okay, so you get 3 questions then.
Is he being controlled by someone else?
No. He is not.
Okay.
That's a good thing to confirm because Dustin was worried. He's like, well, is he a secret minion for someone? As far as you know, he doesn't have any, no one is controlling him. What I would point out is that you would notice that he, like on his, I'm not sure if how the beast would interpret this, but you do sense that he has a connection with the freehold. You can sense that he has, his scent probably, or his aura is connected with, or similar to the other auras that you've seen. They're kind of linked. So he has an oath with the freehold, but they're not controlling him. No, but you do notice that he has an obligation, of sorts to these things.
Okay. Does he have ill intentions toward me?
Ill intentions. You can sense based on his demeanor toward you. You can sense based on his demeanor toward you, his breathing, like his physical signals. This is how the beast interprets it. It's actually no, but you can tell that his movements are kind of erratic. So the beast is kind of having a hard time determining. Like the answer out of character is no, but more of a fictional answer is like really not clear because he's kind of jittery. He kind of moves his hands a lot. He's not aggressive. He's not pushing you, but he's like very like all over the place. He's acting like maybe like a Malkavian or something. Like you're not sure if he's going to change his mind, if he's going to have some kind of radical shift in his personality. But at this point, no, he seems pretty genuine about wanting to help you and help you with Princess and whatnot. But like as a more detailed answer, yeah, he's kind of erratic, so you're not sure 100%.
What is his current mood?
His current mood is actually he's mood sort of like you get a sense from his aura that he's actually pretty confident, like he's very prideful. He's like, yes, I can do, he actually believes that he can help you and he's confident in himself. He's very self-confident.
Could have fooled me.
Yes, I can do that. Because he prepares this ritual. He says, yes, I can do this. He seems to believe that this is possible. So He's not, because I want to clarify that he's not like, because I was going to say he's concerned, but I'd be like, no, it's the exact opposite. He feels like he's totally prepared.
Well, if that's the only sure solution, I will do it.
Good. Very good.
I guess it is a better solution than getting to our domain and becoming slaves forever.
She doesn't often take slaves, as far as we know, but seems fairly it'd be very bad to be in her presence for an extended period of time. I wouldn't recommend it. I can't speak personally, but it wouldn't be good. Please go find your friend. He will be key in this operation.
Very well.
Without him, you might not have the raw power necessary to overcome something of this magnitude. So I'm going to presume we cut to the hotel, unless you guys have other plans.
I think it's fair.
Okay. So, question is also, do you want to visit him at night or during the day?
Well, I can't exactly go out during the day.
Ah, right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm used to everyone being in change, so I'm like, okay, right.
I think that Shaw would probably go visit the Morgan, the Council of Winter.
Okay. So you're not going to go deal with Erebach?
Probably not. She knows she's
Okay.
feeling that Erebach doesn't like them. She has no real reason to help immediately with pinning them down. She's not really a part of the Motley, so she's kind of like, yep, that's nice.
Okay, so you're gonna go off and talk to Morgan and then Morgiana, and then Lisa's gonna go. Okay, so I'll let you do that scene then later. But I'm gonna have Erebach come in now.
Sure thing.
So Lisa, you enter the hotel. They recognize you. You know, there are two ghouls at the welcome desk. You know, do you give your name to them? What do you say when you come in?
Hello. I wish to talk to our guest.
Who?
The dragon.
Oh. They kind of look at each other. These two boys who are dressed up in like hotel uniforms. They kind of look at each other. Do you have politics?
So, I do actually.
Yeah, can you roll me like a intelligence politics real quick?
Very well.
Yeah.
Intelligence plus politics. Very well.
And no 10,
so that would be. I have 4 dice in intelligence.
Not bad.
And 1 dice in politics, so that would be 5 dice.
Yep.
And no 9 again.
I just want to see what you know about this place.
Okay.
Before you say anything else.
Zero success. Great.
Okay. So all that's going to say to me is basically you don't know anything about this hotel. So you're walking in kind of blind. And so like these ghouls kind of blindside you a bit and you don't really know who they are. You don't really know what the right thing is to say to them. You're not really sure what is happening. So when you walk in, you know Erebach is here, but you don't really know how you're going to get up to their room. But they recognize that you're kindred, so they say, "Well, why have you come here?" They're asking like your purpose of your visit. Are you staying here? What is your?
I need to talk to someone here.
Right. All right. Who were you attempting to speak with? And then you mentioned the dragon. So they're like, all right, well, how do you know them? I think like the one guy's like, how do you know them?
He has been coming at my house lastly. I need to.
Oh, so you're acquainted? Are they in your? Are they a member of your coterie or just a guest?
We have been talking. We have been talking about him joining.
All right. Well, we'll see if he's available.
Thank you.
Erebach, there's a well, not a phone, but they I keep thinking, I'm like, we're not in the no. I'm like imagining like the telegram that comes up they send someone up to your room, knocks on your door, and Daisy is just kind of like laying on the bed like, Erebach, I have a guest. Please allow them in.
Erebok goes up and approaches the door and, sort of yanks it open, peers out.
Dan, you've already been whipped.
Someone is looking for you, sir. I'm sorry to disturb you, but seems to be that someone at the front desk is wanting to see you. They've said that you're familiar with them. I think they would describe Lisa to you, basically.
I see. He turns to Daisy. I shall return anon.
Yes. Yes, good. Good. Go, please. However this works, just go. And do you walk down into the lobby?
He heads down to the lobby, yes.
Okay, so Lisa, William, now that you're here, and meet Erebok in the lobby of the hotel. So to give you a quick, because you weren't here when we got the briefing, but essentially they're planning on doing, so William knows, they're planning on doing surgery on Lisa using astral projection to remove Princess's influence directly from their mind.
Okay.
But they said that Erebok would be helpful because he's very strong, and in case Princess decides to, battle you inside of the mindscape, that you might need some muscle or just someone to intimidate her to go away. Either one. But that he would be essential in this kind of operation. So you've tracked him down because you can already know where everyone is. So he's starting to come down to the lobby now, and meet with the two of you. And Charlotte is at the Freehold meeting with the Winter Court. And they've kind of already established themselves there.
Okay.
So actually, I'd like to cut back to them real quick so we can establish what they're doing. So you meet with the Winter Court. What did you want to discuss with them?
Well, at first she just want to get acquainted with her supposed court.
Right.
I guess getting to know if there's any specific rules that she has to follow when being, I guess, tied to them.
They wouldn't hold you to any rule. They have traditions, but not rules.
Then she'd probably just want to get educated on their traditions and such. So if she says they do history lessons, she wouldn't mind that. She'll probably stuff down her journal.
They dress themselves as if they were in mourning, and the Black Knight is wearing black armor. So they have a very sort of widow aesthetic, gothic aesthetic, that sort of thing.
Perfection.
They sort of style themselves in that way. And Morgiana says that they follow the traditions of the the pagans, and they have pagan traditions.
Oh God, no!
And they follow sort of moon rituals. She watches the moon. She basically performs certain rituals of healing and of guidance and of things like that. She kind of sees herself as a sorceress in that way. And they basically all wear veils over their face. So if you wish, they'd present you with a veil, but you already have a mask, so it's kind of
a free veil.
Okay. It's not magical in any way. It's just sort of a garment, you can wear, and they give you some clothes if you'd like any.
Yeah, well, her dress is kind of already gothic style, but yeah, I guess she might.
But it's not gothic enough though.
God damn it!
You can always get more gothic.
Oh yes, Lottie, your dress is nice, but it's just not dark enough. It's what? Thumbs and black paint, perfect.
So you're aware how the Winter Court operates.
All right. I guess if I were to ask two questions of the leader, it's what is her standing in the Freehold right now?
Right. I think she answered that last time, but the answer to the question would be that essentially they're the queen of that particular court, but they don't hold any power until the seasons change over. So it's in the middle of July right now.
Still got half a year to go.
Yes. And when fall comes, then the fall queen would, or the fall, in this case, the king would take over. And then during the spring months, the spring queen takes over, and et cetera, et cetera. Right now, the summer king is in power. So they rotate.
Right,
And nothing gets done.
And I guess she didn't inquire about what she means by she performs sorcery. And if it's possible for someone of her court to obtain that power as well.
It's less that she performs sorcery, she just follows the traditions of sorcerers. Because she differentiates herself from Piper in the sense that Piper performs ritualistic magic, but she just kind of observes the traditions of those who came before and sort of holds honor to the moon and nature and things like that. But she doesn't actually, and she practices like prayers, but they're not like, and hymns and such. But she doesn't believe that she actually practices like magic, but it's more of an act. I think if you get to know her enough, it's more of like a tradition. But she doesn't actually believe in magic. But her ancestors, were involved with Morgan Le Fay and with the sorcerers of the court and with dark sorcery. So she sort of is kind of trying to carry on that tradition.
I see. Well, I guess that at that point, Charlotte would sort of offer like how she has her own form of sorcery per se with like her specialty in like organ transplants and such.
Right, you'd mentioned that you're basically a super doctor.
Yeah, so she'd probably offer herself to the court if they ever needed her.
Right, and you've already done that. So
yeah.
If there's nothing else, I'll switch back to the other group.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. So you guys are free to do whatever you like now. I mean, I would hope that Erebach doesn't just tackle you, but it's whatever. You're sort of in the lobby. There are two ghouls that are sort of watching the situation play out.
How did your dragon Erebach just decks them?
None of them have seemed to like contact anyone outside. So it's all kind of isolated for right now. Nobody knows that you're here, except for Erebach. So Erebach comes into the lobby. What are the two of you going to do?
All right. Well, the two of us. Okay. I am going to kind of look up at Erebach and kind of just say, we need your strength.
Not sure why, but we need your strength, apparently.
I see.
Yes.
Regarding what?
Well,
do you just want to catch them up on the situation?
Long story short, apparently an evil fairy got into my head, and we need you to get inside my dream to excise the part of my mind that she infected or something.
How good are you at dream combat?
I almost lost to a random pirate.
Insert Inception plot here.
Wow.
I know, it sounds crazy.
Like, it doesn't sound that crazy.
Let me understand this. You allowed a fae to get in your head.
Not exactly. She tricked me into letting her do that. She got my real name and she used it against me.
She. And would this fae have a name?
She calls herself Princess.
he sort of. Yeah, it's hard to sort of read him at the moment, but he's pretty frustrated. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were supposed to stab her.
I was looking for an opportunity to do that. I mean, I'm not used to use to handle a dagger. And didn't you tell me she was all powerful? I mean, what did you expect me to do? Besides, it doesn't really matter. She seemed to have some sort of powers that made it impossible to use violence in her presence.
It's true. I was also in that room. I had to send her on a wild goose chase to slip out of the situation.
Yes. Well, I suppose it cannot be helped. I will do what I can.
Thank you.
William's gonna nod.
I guess we should get going.
Mm-hmm.
Will the girls downstairs let you outside, or do we need to sneak out?
They'll let him leave if he has. It's not like this. It's not like before where Anne was basically forcing him to stay, so he doesn't need to sneak out now. They've kind of worked out an arrangement. So
they work for me.
Yeah, basically they work for him now. At least
well,
superficially. Like technically they don't work for you, but they're working for Anne, and Anne told them to work for you. So
that will be better for both of us.
Well, I should also mention this is not important because I don't think Erevok would fall for. I'm not sure he'd be this stupid, but she would still be sending you gifts and foods and such, and would still be sending you like over the past few days she would have been sending you gifts, and I think if she sends you anything, Daisy might be stupid enough just to pick it up and be like, oh, blood, oh, okay, but. I don't think you would allow that to happen, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have eaten anything yourself because you're kind of more aware that they're playing a trick on you at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, yeah. I hope she's not that stupid to be like.
Yeah. I mean, Daisy wouldn't she might pick it up and be like, "This smells weird." She wouldn't eat it, but I'm wondering. I don't think Erevok would fall for it either.
Doesn't she know the Canadian commercial? Don't you put it in your mouth.
But my point is that I'm assuming that if she sent you gifts, you wouldn't just because then I would have to upgrade your blood bond. I'm assuming, she's gonna have to be more careful than that than just sending. You're not gonna fall for it if she just sends you gifts.
Not after the fruit and beverage.
Right. Okay. So I just want to confirm because I realized that'd be happening. So. You're not going to fall for it, but it's still going on. And she's just kind of tapping her foot like, why isn't he submitting to me already? Well, I guess maybe I'll keep sending him gifts, and then if that doesn't work, I'll try something else. But yeah, she's probably going to have to move on to some other plan. Anyway, so are you going to leave and go to the castle to begin with the ritual?
Well, I guess we will.
Okay. So now the ritual will begin. Piper's like, well, if there's anything you need to take care of, it's going to be a very long ritual. I'm going to have to keep you under for a very long period of time. If there's anything you need to do, please get it done now. Or else,
a long period of time.
You're not about to approach a huge amount of cutscenes. Please save your game and be prepared.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, it might take a few hours for the dream to resolve. You might be in this state for I can't really predict, but hopefully you resolve it quickly, and I'm going to make sure she doesn't have the ability to trap you in the dream.
Okay.
Part of my job is going to be keeping it stable. That's why I can't interfere directly. I have to maintain the ritual out here, but I will make sure that she doesn't trap you in the ritual. And if something were to happen, I will end the ritual prematurely, and we will have to start again.
Very well. Let me take a phone call. Oh wait, no, we are in Victorian time.
Let me take a you could
Let me grab a messenger bird.
Yeah, messenger.
Give me a few minutes. Give me a moment. I might need to check something at my mansion.
Right. Okay. So you go to you actually take a detour real quick to the mansion. Cool. When you get there, actually, so something else would happen now. You triggered something else, but before you can even do anything in the mansion, you are greeted by Armand, and he mentions, "Oh, thank goodness, we were worried about you. Something has happened."
Oh, nothing too bad, I hope.
Oh, well, it depends on how you'd like to view it. He was looking for you, your fiance.
Derek is here?
Well, it's a bit of a sad situation. You see, they contacted me recently about about whether you were available or not, and they visited. They've since left, but it is worth noting. I figured you'd want to know that they are here, or they were here.
Oh dear. Do you know when they will be back?
They were very adamant, telling me that they would return every night of the rest of their lives until you returned. I thought it was a bit dramatic, but
all right, so he's dead. I'm kidding.
Oh dear.
But I'm sure he will return as soon as it is convenient for him to do so.
Oh dear. Oh God, am I gonna explain to him I cannot go out during the daylight again?
We can deal with that when it comes. Was there something you needed?
I just wanted to make sure everything was fine. But if you're telling me he's here...
Yes, everything is fine. The creature you asked me to care for, he is in better health.
Good.
The cooks are getting very well acquainted with him. Her. It. I wouldn't want to.
Nothing in the furnace.
I wouldn't want to misgender this salamander. I'm very, very sorry.
Very well. Well, keep taking care of the house for now, and if Derek goes by, tell him I will be gone for a short time again, but I will be back very soon to talk to him.
I'm sure he'll understand.
I promise. It's just that tell him it's I have gone to a doctor.
Oh, I see, a doctor. Right.
Insist it's nothing too bad. I don't want him to go.
There isn't something actually wrong with you, is there?
Hopefully not.
All right. Well, I will do my best to maintain your household in your absence. If there's any specifics that you'd like to impart upon me, I will do my best to execute those orders, ma'am.
Well, if he wishes to stay, tell him he can use the remaining guest room.
Right. Yes. Where are your other guests? They haven't been visiting lately.
They are taking care of a specific business. They should be back eventually.
All right. Well, right. All right. You can leave it to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Armand.
He nods. Yes.
I promise I will be back as soon as I can be.
Okay. He binds you. I'm kidding. He can't do that.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, he's a changeling.
He can't do that. So he just accepts that. He's like, all right. And he goes, and you go. And we move back to the ritual room. So they basically set out this circle of chalk and of sigils, and he prepares this incense.
Can I observe this?
Yeah, well, you're going to be involved. So he tells you to lay down in the circle, please.
Wait a minute. She shows hesitancy towards going to someone's mind like this.
Now, you're all going to need to link hands for this to be successful, please.
Pardon, but there's no chance of the influence spreading to us.
Well, just please relax. I will do my best to prevent anything, but...
Is some sort of spell you could cast prevent it, perhaps? Maybe like a mind barrier? Charlotte starts squirming uncomfortably.
I will protect you to my best ability, ma'am.
I refuse to go into battle with someone I do not trust.
You cannot trust each other?
Not unless she takes the oath.
You have not bound yourself to this group. You will not be able to enter this dream otherwise.
Charlotte happily gets up. Understood.
Piper just kind of stares at you for a moment. Please.
I beg your pardon?
You need to seal your affairs with your Motley. Otherwise...
Perhaps you're mistaken. This is not my Motley.
That is not how I have been informed.
Well,
I was told that you were together.
That's not correct.
He kind of looks toward William. He's like, "Am I wrong?"
She has not yet joined.
And I came here of my own accord, not with the Motley.
I see. Well, there's no reason why you cannot work together with your fellows. Is there? I think that with your talents combined, you will be able to achieve great things together. Any reservations you have should be left in the past.
Is there no other option?
Must I truly be bound with them to enter the stream?
It is simply a binding of
trust.
Of trust, yes. You would not be required to do as they ask. They cannot control your actions. But you would be required to simply not harm them and support their cause. Is that too difficult for you? To swear against harming your fellows?
It might be if I'm forced to support an action I do not agree with.
He shrugs.
I warned you not to go after her, and now look what's what happened.
Piper just kind of sighs. He's like, he is holding up this like bag of herbs, and he's like, well, I must perform the ritual tonight. Otherwise, I can't be clear on
I'm not a doctor. Isn't your job to help people?
Yes, to help people to a fall. I'm not going to stop someone who's just going to try and drive themselves off a bridge.
Enough of this.
I'm just going to bring out my claws.
Okay.
Either you help her or I will kill you.
And Piper just kind of takes a step backward.
William, there is no need to.
Do you really think you're going to kill
Please,
me in the middle of the freehold?
You must understand. You and Alice are at risk here.
May I use those specs on Charlotte?
Yes, assuming Charlotte's okay with that.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so then my question is, Charlotte, are you going to reinforce your mask?
Is he like trying? Is like, wait, is like the Osprey's gonna like tear away my mask?
No, but they're going to see your emotions and such. So it's a question of, because if you reinforce your mask, you might be able to block it. So that's why I asked.
I'd say like she's too focused on Wilhelm and his threat right now to refocus her mask.
Well, it's not really a matter of. I'm just asking if you want to try to block it.
No, I'm too lazy to.
Okay, sure. So you're not bothering to block. So then you can just, assuming you're using level 2, you can just roll it.
Very well. 2 successes.
Okay, ask your questions and Charlotte will answer them.
Good. So, what's thread?
Your thread.
All right, my thread is. Gotta scroll all the way up. My thread is memory.
Okay. I would like to know one of your aspirations.
All right, one of the aspirations is. Oh. One of her longest term aspirations would be to fuse with her fetch.
The what?
Her fetch. She wants to combine together with her fetch so they can become one.
You'd remember at the trial there was another version of her and that's who you could assume would be her fetch.
Right, and you'd be informed about what they are because it would be part of your.
Yeah, essentially looks like an older version of her as if she were not changed.
Correct.
Very well. So I say, William, please let me handle that.
Does he just growl like?
Slowly reaches for scalpel.
Charlotte,
his claws slowly go back into his hands.
Okay.
Charlotte, I won't threaten you, and I understand if you do not wish to help me. But if you would, I would be in your debt, and I would be willing to help you with whatever business I might be able to provide assistance with. For example, am I wrong to deduce there is someone you are trying to become one with?
Charlotte's face turns her lips go tight and she sort of narrows her eyes. As if she doesn't like what you're assuming. But she kind of understands what you're trying to say. She's like, oh.
I'm just saying, I am no expert on fire matters. Well, actually I am, but only by my people's standard. But I might be able to help. I have books with...
What is this that you need help with? Piper just kind of pokes.
Maybe I can find what's preventing you from reuniting with that person, from finding unity.
Say no more.
In case you're wondering, I am trying to play on an aspiration for social maneuver.
Yep.
What does social maneuver mean?
Oh, they're basically using social maneuvering on you. So, I mean, that would be if they wanted to go to dice or not. You can decide if you want to do that or not. But
Yeah, but it's like I'm not so sure how it's like a convincing point because it's kind of like pissing her off that you're mentioning it. Like it's infuriating.
But she's offering to help you, so that's the key.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I understand that, but it's kind of like she has a secret that she's trying to keep, and they just said it into a whole room full of people. I know you're trying to fuse with someone, and she's like, "Why the fuck are you saying that out loud in front of all these people?"
I am not. I am using metaphors and not saying it directly.
Oh, I thought you were saying all that in character.
Well, I am saying that in character, but I am saying it. I mean,
yeah, like Piper doesn't even understand what you're saying. So for the record, like he doesn't actually get like the details of what you mean. So if you're worried about him finding out, then he has no idea.
All right, I'd say that at that point, Charlotte would just like wave her hand.
If you
Whatever,
desire,
let's just get this over with now.
All right, what Kara was trying to say something. Okay, so you could talk now.
I was mostly just joking.
Okay.
I was going to say, if you want to fuse with someone, try to pop her earrings.
Oh, God damn it!
All right. So, so you agree to join their motley and then proceed with this ritual then.
Yeah, sure.
And you could include the caveat that they have to help you. I mean, that's part of that's part of the deal.
She could also seal it for good measure.
Yeah. So if you want to force Lisa to agree to help you, then you can do that. You can make an agreement to that effect.
Nah.
No? Okay.
She's not going to do that.
Okay, but under the conditions you'd write on your sheet, we're going to skip over you guys make an oath. Let's move on. So yeah, we've done that now.
You have my sword and my bow and my axe.
Yeah. Okay. So we've established now that you kind of join hands, and at that moment, you and William would have to spend glamour. So each of you would spend one, please.
All right.
I do not have to spend anything.
No, it's just between he can basically invite her in. So that's how it's working. Unless you want to be the one to spend it, I'd rather you not, because you're.
I do not have glamour, so.
Yeah. Well, it's Vitae or glamour in this case. So I'd rather you not have to spend yours when William, I think, has more.
Very well.
More than enough to.
Yeah. Okay. So Charlotte, once you spend your glamour, you'd put on your conditions that you are now part of the Motley Oath. So that means you now also get the benefit of being able to locate them anywhere, which is good.
Would she realize this when she joins?
Yes.
She instantly just starts cursing to herself. I fucking hate my life.
I'm sure that you could use a bargain or some kind of, or you could maybe reinforce your mask so it'd be more difficult for them to find you. But the whole point is that you're allies now. So they're not going to use it to their advantage in a negative way. Because if they did that, then they'd be violating their own oath. They literally can't use it against you, because then they'd be violating their oath to support you. So if they stalked you or did something tracked you down and tried to kill you, then they'd be violating the oath and they'd be in trouble. So they can't use it in a negative way towards you at all, or a way that you don't want.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you still have that level of control over it. Like I said, the oath doesn't mean that they have it's just an agreement that you guys won't backstab each other, basically. So I feel like that's a universally kind of accepted. Yeah, we don't want to hurt each other. You don't necessarily, and they can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Anyway, moving on. So you all join hands and sing Kumbaya, and then we. So you all join hands, and then they spread some of these the incense, and they start chanting, and the world starts to slowly fade from around you. When you come to consciousness, you find yourself in the library of, you find yourself manifesting into the library of princess inside of her domain. Now, they would have explained beforehand that this is simply a projection of her domain. It doesn't represent the actual domain. So it's not actually dangerous as her real domain would be. But they would warn you that there might be a projection. Now, you guys don't have to roll to enter this dream because it's basically going to be enforced. Like they're going to make sure that you enter the dream using magic. So that's part of how they're helping you.
Do I enter the dream as well, even though it's my dream?
Yeah. Yes. That's correct.
Okay.
You and Alice are the ones dreaming. It's sort of a communal dream. You're all dreaming together. Kind of like Inception. Well, you and Alice are the focus of the dream, but the others are part of the dream, and you can take your own role. So basically what you guys have to do now is decide what form you want to take within the dream. You can appear as yourselves, but that might not be natural for this environment, and it might tip Princess off. So you guys can choose what form you want to take inside of the dream, and then from there we'll begin sort of the dream sequence in earnest.
Let's see. What did that rabbit guy look like?
You mean like the winter hair? You know, he sort of just has like rabbit ears, fancy clothes, that kind of thing.
Okay, so yeah, I think I will do like the fancy clothes, like only like wolf ears, like.
Okay. So you're going to become like a wolf-eared sort of courtier. Mm-hmm. So what role are you taking? Is it just her bodyguard?
Yeah, kind of like the.
Yeah, that role fits you, sure.
I don't know this character yet, but like the Mad Hatter.
Right. Well, she's sort of a combination of both, but like she has bodyguards, so you're going to try because you know about her bodyguard, you're going to assume the role of her bodyguard. Now, keep in mind that doesn't mean that it's not like with Exalted where now you can't deviate. It's like you're putting on a costume. It's not like it doesn't take over your mentality. So you're still you, but you're pretending to be something else so that Princess will accept you in this world. So that, she doesn't just immediately like, oh, okay, you're all bad guys. Get out.
Yeah. So like I imagine it's like wolf like ears, wolf tail, like.
Yeah.
Very fancy suit.
Got you. What about Eravok?
Eravok, as per always, is just going to play it straight. He's just going to take his just be his mask, really.
Got you. So you're a big, tall. Are you wearing more fancy clothes? Like, what are you wearing?
Maybe more fancy clothes to.
Because I think I remember last time you were in your tribal garb. I think so. I'm just confirming that like you're gonna dress up like more of a noble and not like a.
He's probably in his Victorian.
Sure. Clothes. Okay, I just have to confirm that because when you say yourself, I'm not sure like if you want to be full on like I'm just gonna wear nothing and then I have a little loincloth and a spear and
maybe he's got a top hat on and.
Sure. Okay. Cool. What about Charlotte?
I'd say Charlotte entering the Dream of Books. She'd take on like a less human form in a sense that like her body essentially like like
do you want to like become a book or
it's sort of like that. Like she doesn't want to become an actual person. It's more like she becomes sort of like a shade. Like her form essentially becomes like shadows and pieces of like literature paper, and she tries like to
you'd be something specific. So you're just going to become a book.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you're a book.
Wonder Twins, form of book.
Yeah. Okay. And what about Lisa? What you can also just be yourself, but I'm curious as if you would take any kind of form.
Well, I will give myself pointed ears and blue skin.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, can I just be a librarian, actually?
So, are you sure?
I'll just stick a book. Why not? I'll be like an immobile. Wait, can the book move?
It's up to you. You decide. It's the dream world, remember?
All right, great. I'm gonna be a book with little feet.
Oh,
When you
But-
sit down, they appear to be a normal book. They can move around with feet when they stand up.
Sorry. So, is Elisa? Are you attempting to be like a mermaid or something?
Me?
Yeah, because you said blue skin. I'm not sure what you're going for.
Not really. More like a night elf.
Oh, okay. Sure. Why not? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine with me.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a suit of like white, red, and blue, like very kind of like colorful and tacky, like.
Gotcha. Perfect. She'll love it.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are all sort of gathered around in the library. Charlotte is a book that's sort of like with legs that's just sort of walking around. Eravok is himself.
So I'm just now imagining like, "Don't hug me, I'm scared." Like.
Yeah. William is so you're right next to Princess as she's just kind of sipping tea and reading Charlotte. And
Wait, she's spreading me open and looking at. Oh God.
just kind of flipping pages.
She can read you like an open book.
All right, she's gonna like. Wait, if she's like openly reading.
Well, let me finish. So Eravok is himself, and Lisa is a night elf. So when you enter the where are you entering from, Lisa? Are you entering from the surrounding forest? Are you in the room already, or are you coming from somewhere?
I guess I am entering from the forest.
Okay. Same question to Eravok. Are you just coming into the room? Are you there already? Like, what's your reason for being here? Because you're forming a role. So I'm kind of trying to understand. Like, okay, if you're Eravok, then
they're stalking in a library.
Right, correct.
So he's probably off in a corner, like standing in a corner, like reading a book.
Yeah,
But, he's not reading a book. It's like sort of stakeout spy operation where he's using it.
So my question is, is Elisa, are you just going to walk in, or are you going to like sneak in? Are you going to like what are you doing when you enter?
I guess I am trying. I guess I will try to sneak in.
Okay, that's cool. I'll let Charlotte talk first because you were doing something.
Oh, I just like to describe that what's inside the book are just like a various disturbing images of like surgeries.
Oh, perfect. She's kind of flipping through with morbid curiosity.
Like some of them are normal people, but some of them do appear to look like Charlotte. But there's like a bag over her head.
I like this. I like this a lot. Don't you? She's looking up at William.
William going to give a bow and go, "Yes, mistress."
She kind of turns around, looks toward Eravok. Did you allow them in? I don't remember inviting them.
I captured them and brought them to you.
Oh, I see. She kind of puts the book down.
The book squeaks.
She like squints a bit, gets up. So now she's kind of turning her back. So this would be a good time to sneak in. So you're sneaking. So the way this works is you're going to roll, and if you roll well, then it actually can allow you to influence the dream.
Hi, me?
Actually, so wait, I just realized it's Lisa's dream. It's Allison here. So yeah, but the same rule, I'm still going to apply it as if you were a changeling, as long as it's okay with Lisa, because otherwise this would get confusing. I'm like, well, I'm not you. You're technically not a changeling, so you can't shape the dream, but it's your dream, so technically you can shape it because it's yours.
We could argue that I cannot because I don't know how it works.
Either way, I'm gonna use the same rules. That's
Okay.
that's how I'm doing it either way.
As you wish.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that you're going to roll just a dex stealth, unless you want to use something abnormal. You can, but essentially,
I get dex plus stealth then.
yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Do I still have the remote? Do I still lose the 10 again since?
No, not now, because you're actually sneaking into the library. So I'll let you have it.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. So that leaves me with 5 dice.
Correct. Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Because you're in a dream, this is actually very important. You suffer a penalty equal to your composure to actions because it's your subconscious.
Wait, to all actions?
Yes.
Well, fuck my life. I have 3 composure.
Yeah, it's very high.
10 out of 10, nice meme.
I will spend the willpower.
Sounds good. So you cancel it out. Okay, good job.
Okay, now I am rolling my 5 dice.
I will point out also, this is actually important. Because you guys are in a group, even though you're not there, you can support, even if you're not actively doing anything, you guys can support this action. If you want to adjudicate like how you're doing that, that's up to you. But since you're kind of all shaping the dream, you can change things to benefit them or things like that.
So,
are you sure it's for all actions? Because I thought
yes.
it was only for manipulating the dream.
No, it's specifically because any action you take can manipulate the dream. That's the point.
Oh, okay.
So I'm asking them if they want to try to help you manipulate the dream, because you guys can all participate in this as a group. That's why doing this as a group is very powerful, because you guys can all help each other.
I do have an idea of how to be a distraction.
Okay, so you can. How do you want to distract?
All right, it's going to be slightly disturbing, but the book seems to jump a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like as if it's alive, and essentially it pops open to a page where it shows Charlotte being dissected, and it turns into a moving image, and it starts shrieking. Essentially all the sound effects from the actual dissection just start piercing extremely loud from the book's pages. It just starts writhing.
Okay, I'll let you roll that'll be not, because I want it to be more of a mental thing. So let's go with, say, no, it's not your resolve. It would be, yeah, I guess it would be. It'd have to be presence. I want to kind of shift it in your favor, but I think it'd have to be presence here.
Is it only presence?
No, it's presence and whatever skill you want to use. So I would say either intimidation or medicine or athletics, whatever.
I'd probably use, I guess, presence.
Expression, because you're trying to.
Or expression.
No, I'd probably use presence and I guess medicine, because it's going to be a really detailed.
Sure. Yeah, you're going to make. Yeah, that works. Yeah, presence, medicine, and then you subtract the 3 dice because of her composure.
All right. Well, I'm going to cancel out that with my willpower.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So that's 6 dice.
Correct. So this is all to help them, for the record. So.
Can't believe I'm risking my neck for you. I'm kidding. All right. Let's see.
You're all basically doing group stuff.
Got 1 success.
1 success. That's not nothing. Okay. Is anyone else doing anything?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to keep
Stop the book.
Their eyes away from the? Because I could imagine you more schmoozing, hey, yeah, pay attention to me, and not the elf that's sneaking up behind.
I'm going to kind of make a ball up here, and it's going to go up to the roof, and I'm going to go upside down to get it.
Okay, cool. I'll allow that. It's not major. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So, just out of curiosity, Is the princess still a projection, or is this actually her?
It's a projection of her. They explain that.
Okay, I was just curious.
So when you it's a projection of her, but it's also imbued with part of her as well. But it's a small shard of who they are. It's not going to be as powerful as like the entire entity. So how is that helping?
Because I am dragging mud all over the roof.
Okay. What about Eravak? Are you doing anything in the corner? Or are you just sitting there?
He notices Princess sort of taking an interest in him or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
She's starting to walk over to you, and then she hears the screaming. So she's like, "What?" The book's being rowdy again. Give me a minute. She like
the book's being rowdy again. What the fuck?
She like shuts the book and she tries to get she tries to latch you shut.
It just writhes in her arms like no more.
Oh, she pats the book. Oh, cute. I'll deal with you later.
She rubs your spine.
Yeah, she rubs your spine. Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, so I was thinking presence athletics.
Oh, well, I'm still trying to understand. So you're tracking. How is that helping them?
Well, doesn't your mom get pissed off when your dog drags mud on the floor? Like,
oh, like that. Okay. No,
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Sure. I was gonna say survival would make more sense if you're tracking mud.
I mean, I was more thinking athletics because I'm doing it on the roof. So it's like
it isn't. Yeah, but I still think that it seems more like if you're just making a trail, it seems more like that to me.
No, I was just gonna run around like.
Okay.
The mud was just like, hey.
Well, yeah, but like, I think that would be the point.
Of Pokemon Black and White.
Like the point would be the mud. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it wouldn't mean anything. So present survival makes sense though for me.
Could I use my tracking survival thing?
No.
But I'm tracking mud.
You're a clever little screwball, you know that? No, it doesn't count.
Okay.
Remember, this is action just to help Lisa, so you don't need to succeed or not. It doesn't actually affect you if you fail. It's just more.
Going to do the other dice code.
Roll a d20 while you're at it.
Yeah. Okay, so just presence and survival?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 dice. You're
all basically just trying to divert her attention away, which is nice.
1 success.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Eravak, are you? Yeah, I cut you off, so I was gonna let you talk. So yeah, she's approaching you. She tries to shut Lottie up, and it doesn't work. So she goes back to you. What are you doing? Like, are you trying to draw her attention, or are you trying?
Eravak's gonna sort of rumble to himself and take the open book he's got and try and tear it in half.
Okay, yeah. So you can roll me a presence intimidation then. I think that's pretty cool. You're trying to focus her on you and see you as a threat, I assume. That's mine. What are you doing? She's like running over to you.
So do I roll or do I wait?
Well, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to roll, and then you'll roll.
Okay.
That's a crit for you. Yeah, and then you have the 10, so you re-roll that. Let's see what happens if you crit real quick. Oh, you're helping, so the crit still counts, but that's going to be 4. So Lisa, you're going to roll. You're going to end up rolling. It's going to be 5 plus 7, so 12.
That much?
Yeah, or no, sorry, 4 plus 2, so 6. So 5 plus 6. So 10 dice.
That's still a lot.
Yes. So the
Wait,
crit
10 dice? You mean 11 dice?
11?
Well, you say 5 plus 6.
Yeah, 5 plus 6. Sorry. So yes, 11. Duh. I'm bad at math.
It's all right.
It's fine. I was gonna say while you're rolling that, I was gonna say to Erebach, you do definitely get her attention, and she is very interested in you at this point as you kind of rip her book. She's like, "What are you doing?" That's
Hey, you're not ripping me, right?
no, a different book.
Oh, thank God.
3 successes.
Okay.
How much you want to be ripped?
So you get 3. So you're going to move around. So if you look on page 219, you can see the different shifts you can put into place. So while you're figuring out if you want to do a shift,
which page you said?
219.
Okay.
You can look that over. I'm gonna deal with this with Erebach. So
the subtle shift, right?
The subtle shift, yes.
Okay. Deal with Erebach. I am reading them.
Right. So with Erebach, she kind of crouches down and she's looking at the book and she's like, "Oh, this is bad. Did you really hate it that much? Did you?"
Yes, it's full of long words.
Oh.
Well, I have no patience for long words.
I can get you a shorter book if you'd like. Here, she kind of
find a picture book for him.
Yeah, perhaps I can find you a picture book. She kind of reaches over towards Charlotte, hands Charlotte to you. Don't rip this one; it's special. Okay. And you can tell, it's Charlotte. So like, she hands Charlotte over to you, and Charlotte just kind of like,
the book, you will see dissections.
But she's like bucking around, and she unlatches it. She's like, I think you might find some valuable information in here. Seems to contain surgeries and diagrams, but I'm not sure if you're interested in that sort of thing. But the pictures are very pretty. She points toward Charlotte's face. I like them.
Yes.
I might be able to
Wait. Does Charlotte, does Princess glance away for like any moment after she gives him the book?
No.
Fuck. Alright, because I'll see when she does.
Sorry, so Dustin, you were saying something?
I was making a joke. I can see if I can find a coloring book for him.
That's good. Okay. So yeah, like she does kind of look away. I think this is where she looks away. She sees all the mud.
She gives Erebach the finger.
She's like, oh dear. Oh, no. I have to get someone to clean this up. Oh. Pets, Please wait here. I'll be right with you. I need to make sure my domain is clean. She kind of basically she tries to get one. She snaps her fingers, but none of her servants come because it's not really her domain. She kind of gets frustrated a little bit, and she starts cleaning it herself.
I'm just like, could I just morph the dream so like there's mud like in all the other rooms? Like,
you have to roll for that again. That'd be a separate roll.
Okay.
Is there any risk what we are doing could attract the real princess?
You're not sure, but you were told that wouldn't be likely.
Okay.
Or even possible. They're completely separate. So, as far as you know, that won't happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna get abducted.
3 successes.
Very nice. So you can do the same thing. But in this case, yeah, your goal was just to do that. So you can spend the glamour. You can cover the house in mud.
Yeah, I'll do that, and just kind of have her be like
Yeah. So every time she tries to clean it, it just keeps coming back, and she's like, she's getting like kind of frustrated and distracted. And all the meanwhile, Lisa's kind of sneaking around the domain. She has sort of a, just so I can describe it for Lisa, because you haven't been here before. She sort of has a large lake that's on the outside. And then, do I have the picture? I might still have the picture. Let me see if I still have it. It's been a while. City of Devils. I have that. Heart of the Mountain. I think I might still have her picture of her domain. I might have lost it, but I'll see if I can find it. I'll describe it for now, and if I find the picture, I'll send it. Okay. But she has a large lake outside. It's like a lake house, and then the rest of it is sort of a tea garden outside. So she has a small garden with some plants and things like that, like a large like terrace where she has things kind of laid out, plants and things like that. She has sort of the house itself with a library inside and various rooms. And she has there are some extraneous features like towers in the background and things like that. It's like a large kind of field area around, like hills and stuff like that around the house. And there's also a back entrance where there's like a small courtyard with another sort of tea table set up on the outside. So she has like 3 or 4 tea tables all the way out. Like one of them is on the outside, one of them is like on the inside, and then one of them is out by the lake. She has a few.
So just to clarify, what are we supposed to do here exactly?
Your goal was to basically find a way to deal with her somehow. So that could mean you can defeat her in the dream. You can convince her to go away. You basically just have to remove her influence somehow.
Convince her to take me and go away.
Okay.
I have a lot of the other pictures, but I don't have the one that I used for a domain. That's weird.
I am going to use the subtle shift.
Okay.
I am going to change my location.
Cool. So where do you want to be?
Inside the house.
Okay, yeah. You don't need to use a shift for that. Is there anything else you want to shift? Because you're already in the house by this point.
Oh, my bad.
Fine. So you've gotten in the house with your roll, and you can shift anything else.
Need a clarification. What's an Eidolon or an Aerothumb?
Okay, so the Eidolon would be princess in this case.
Okay.
Because that's what they call the projection, basically. Mm-hmm. And the Orneopomp is the one who's doing the dream. So in this case, that'd be you.
So that would be me.
Correct. So, like for example, you got 3 successes, right? You can, if you spend Vitae and you use 2 of the successes, then you'd be able. So you could create a tilt for yourself, like a positive one, or affect them in some negative way, more directly. But you wouldn't be able to spend all 3, so you'd be limited to the 1 or 2 options. Or then the 1 pluses just mean you can spend 1 or more. But you'd only be able to spend 2 here because if you spend all 3, then you'd fail the stealth. Unless you're okay with that, which is also fine.
Okay, I will spend. Let me see. Oh, here. Damn it! It's about the dreamer.
Yeah, because most of the time you're in this case, if you want for that one, which one is the one here? The learn the traits of.
Yes, learn one thing about the dreamer, but I am the dreamer, so there's
right.
Interesting I can learn about.
Correct. Myself. Well, there are things you can learn about yourself that you don't already know, but that's a little complicated.
Mm-hmm. Oh, found it. I will use one success to learn all the trait of princess.
Okay. In this case, it's the one trait because she's important, but you do get one trait. So this is basically her stats. So which stat do you want to learn about? Like look at your character sheet, look at some, like,
actually in written I can learn either all the trait of an
extra
or one trait of an important eidolon. Yes. Oh, she's important, yes.
Right. But I'm saying you basically can learn one thing that's on her character sheet. So you can ask me and I'll give you an answer.
Oh, wait.
Can you learn her aspirations?
Yeah, you can learn one of her other aspirations that you haven't learned already.
Actually, I have an idea. I will use 2 of the successes to learn their 2 other aspirations than the one I already know.
Oh right, yeah. Well, you'd have to spend 2 vitae for that because you'd just do it twice. But if you did that, you could learn all of her aspirations.
Let me check how many vitae I have left.
Yeah, because each time you do it, you could do it, but you'd have to spend twice because it's consecutive.
Okay, forget it. I will only use 1 then.
Okay, so you want to learn one of her other aspirations that you haven't learned already.
Yes.
What was the one that you knew already? Just so I know.
I think I knew she wanted company.
Right. That one was the most obvious one. So now you're starting to dig. And so the idea is you're warping the dream so you can learn about her. Interesting. Okay. I get it. Interesting. I like this. So I will give you a cool, and Dustin's going to love this. So I'm going to give you her second aspiration. So, and this will play into how you got in. So it'll make sense, but I'm gonna rewind a bit because this is the entire action that you're doing is you're sneaking in. So you came in through the forest. You came in through the forest, and what you notice as you're moving through the forest, there are some forest animals, like small, little, tiny, like forest animals that are like kind of squeaking, squirrels and little kind of. Maybe birds kind of chipping away at the trees. But as you're kind of sneaking through the forest, you see a massive like brown bear that towers over the size of the trees. Maybe 20, 30 feet tall bear that kind of, as you're rounding a corner in one of the trees, you just see it come around and it has like a large, I don't remember. Does she have like a scar? Like any? Oh no, her thing was just it was huge. So it's just a huge bear that like towers over the trees, and it looks like it has sort of an essence to it, like it's sparkling, and it has like this translucent sort of essence to it, like it's a spirit almost.
So she wants a sparkling beer.
You kind of, as you can actually communicate with it if you'd like.
I will try.
Okay. And so I'll pass it over to you.
Okay, but
I'm talking to Dustin. I'm like, okay, you got this.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So Lisa, you approach this shimmering bear creature that's a projection of storms.
I do not learn the aspiration yet.
I'm just playing it out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. You will learn. I'll give you, if you don't figure it out, I'll give you more direct. But I'm just trying to play how you get this information, right?
Okay. So hello.
I'm really curious as to how this is going to go. No, so I was going to say, Dustin, you can play this out if you want.
Oh, never mind then. Dustin, sorry.
Let's see.
No, I was saying they would answer you so they can do whatever they like here.
Sorry, I was starting to fade out. I know I saw the bear, but I knew it was Storms.
No, yeah, no. And then Lisa says hello to Storms.
Hello.
So
what the fuck do you want, pointy elf thingy? blue woman.
I just want to know who you are and what you are doing here.
Well, I'm Storms. Or actually, no, I'm Hired Sword. And as for what I'm doing here, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
My abyssal screeches in the background.
I think I don't think you'd break the fourth wall that much, but I'm like, she's probably still mad at me about what I did.
Probably some astral projection thingy mabobber. I punched that bitch pretty hard. Broke the damn sky, I did.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
God.
Just punched her right in the cunt and sent her flying into the sky. And then I imagine like the sky just kind of shatters.
A little bit, yeah. And Princess is like, what is going on today? Oh no.
I have only.
I know what I'm gonna do about this.
I have
know
only
exactly
one
what I'm
question.
going to do. You see her making her way over to the forest. Well, but she doesn't see you, but it's more of a metaphor. I'm going to explain her aspirations through this action.
Okay, yeah, but I am just asking one question.
Shoot.
Out of game, I mean.
Oh yeah.
When he said punched her in the cunt, that wasn't just an expression, right? It wasn't literal.
No, literal.
Yep.
If you notice, Princess has bandages all over her lower body.
Oh no.
That's just weird.
That's not okay.
You're telling me, buddy.
Okay.
Look, she was sitting down and I was snuck up behind her and just
Why would you do that?
bitch tried to sell my soul.
You smell smoke.
She tried to sell your soul?
Yep, to a bunch of demons.
There's a bit of kindling like underneath your feet.
Under my feet or
Yeah.
fuck.
And this flame just kind of keeps building. The forest around you starts to burn away. And Lisa, you have to start making your escape. You know, you have to move, you have to run, because otherwise you have no cover. So you start, sprinting out of the way, moving towards the house.
Shouldn't I roll frenzy?
In this, it's a dream, so it doesn't actually affect you in the dream. You're not a vampire. You're an elf, so it doesn't affect you in any way.
The beast know it's a dream. Okay.
Yeah. So you sprint towards the house, and you see this in the distance, this fire, the spirit kind of burning away, like being burned, and the forest around them being completely like burned. And she's like, "I'm going to get you. I'm going to find you." And you see her like just kind of fanning the flames with her hand, just like, "Go away."
So she wanna kill a giant bear who punched her in the cunt.
What you notice is that actually in the dream world there are other wolves and other creatures that are kind of shifting between these different forms that are also burning up in the forest. So it seems what you can see symbolically is that she has a huge vendetta against like shapeshifters. Any kind of shifters, she just wants to like kill them all because she is so frustrated with what Storms has done, and she wants to try to find Storms but also kill anyone who might be her because she is kind of frustrated.
Okay, so she hates shapeshifters and she wants to kill them all. Okay.
Correct. And she specifically, you would symbolize that she might actually literally want to burn down like the forests in London and like try to find them, like smoke them out and then actually like eradicate them.
I just imagine Storms is punching the fire.
Yeah, you get burned up and destroyed because that's what Princess wants in the dream world. So it happens. Like I have to show like what she wants to do. So of course you don't succeed.
Yeah.
But you then sneak toward the house. So you get inside the house like you wanted, and where are you hiding inside the house? Are you hiding in a room? Are you hiding in the bookcase? Are you hiding in the kitchen? What kind of?
I tried to hide in the library.
What? Sorry, I got cut out. What were you saying?
I tried to hide in the library.
Okay, so you walk into the library and hide in like a corner. You see Erebok in the other corner, and he's holding Charlotte.
Okay.
You have some time before Princess gets back. So if you guys want to like coordinate anything else, you can do that now.
Okay. So I asked them, what do we do now? I have managed to figure out she seems to hate shapeshifters, but...
And maybe if we find this giant bear, they'll be able to defeat her, but... likelihood of that is pretty low.
God, that was weird.
At that point, I feel like the pages of the book sort of flip, and like it turns to a page of just Charlotte just drinking tea on the like she's fully clothed now. No, she's in the
right. It's a picture of you in the book.
It's like a picture of her in like a smock sipping tea, and she's like, "Perhaps you convince her that."
I'm asking. Actually, no. So I want to know. Actually, so before you, I'm imagining this as Erebok, because I'm wondering what would be more interesting is if it's a picture of you or if it's narrative, if it's all narrative.
If it's the moving pictures, like, or it's like beside the pictures, just
no, I'm saying like, is it just you describing everything Charlotte's doing, but just as words, or is it a picture?
Oh, I'd say it's a picture, and like beside the picture, like the words are literally seem to be written by themselves. Like
okay.
Like
it's like opening up the Winnie the Pooh books, like
Winnie the Pooh book, right?
Even like as a hybrid between like Tom Riddle's diary and like the living book from that Harry Potter had that tried to eat him.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, so perhaps you could convince her that the shapeshifters are not here anymore and that she should go after them somewhere else. Very far away.
Yes, send her away to America. She'll like it there.
Send her across the seas.
Yeah, if you tell, you're pretty sure that would work. If you tell her to like, hey, the shapeshifters are all over there, then she'll probably like go there.
Haven't you heard of the savages in the West?
In the West?
Savages, barely even human.
Wow, that's. I'm not going to touch that.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, yes, so you're fairly sure that would work. Or at least that seems plausible. You could tell her that would, like, so to clarify, that would succeed in your mission. If you got her to go away somewhere else, then it would shift her focus. And then she wouldn't be able to influence you guys any further. Which would be good enough for the purpose of this.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be canon.
Yeah, and it would be canon. So
loads storms into the cannon, of course.
I just imagine now, like, since the canon's changed slightly, it's like she just shakes Johnny down, like, "Are you a werewolf?" No, okay. Just making sure.
God, that was weird.
Yeah, it was. Maybe one day you'll be able to play Exalted with us. We'll see.
Yeah. Just imagine if you met Nylene.
Oh, well, Nylene would have been a piece of work.
It's like her sword just starts growling. I don't know what the fuck you are, but you're an undead, so welcome.
So what? This projection of storms is lurking about?
No, it's dead now.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking dead. Oh.
No, so it's gone now.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's like her dream, so she had complete like god powers there. If it was a fair fight, Storms would kick her ass.
Storms would still win that fight. The idea is that this is her fantasy world.
While Princess is gone, is Erafok able to take that form
of Storms?
Now having seen it?
Well, you didn't. It was farther away. But if you want, it was 100 miles away, so you can't.
It was 100 miles away.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So if you want to transform into Storms, you'd need to roll to impersonate her. Like you'd need to use like a larceny or some kind of check to like transform into them, or survival or something of that nature to like take their form. But you could. It would cost you, but you'd be able to do it with a shift.
Better than my license.
Yeah. Like I'm just wondering. Yeah. So survival would make sense. You want to turn into Storms. I would allow it. And then in this case, it'd be, I guess,
Okay. The only thing I demand is
manipulation.
Impression.
Survival.
Or you could use, if you have a better mental skill. I just don't think it'd be physical. But you could use like wits or something like that. If you
Resolve.
Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that. You want to just shift yourself into someone else. It would be, you could use your resolve, like your mental sort of, but that's your more mental defense. That's why, if anything, it'd be intelligence.
Well, this is more a mental realm, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, resolve would make sense. I guess it would be resolve in the sense that you don't want to become Storms like completely. Especially if we go from that angle, like you could turn into a bear, but you might not be able to remain yourself.
I've certainly got the strength of a bear.
Yeah.
I got strength greater than a bear.
Yeah. You're nice. Storms is like twice as strong as you, but that's only because they're an exalt.
Okay, so that is.
I mean, she was freakishly strong even as a human. So.
And Lisa, you're helping, so you can roll as well before they roll.
What are they trying to do?
They're trying to transform into Storms. So you're describing them so they can do that. So that would be, I guess in this case, you could use manipulation, survival, or another mental or social skill that you think would make sense.
I would use expressions, but
yeah. You're telling the story. I like that. Okay, yes, that's fine.
But I don't have any dots in that. So.
Oh, okay. What? Oh, you know what? Yeah, just roll it anyway. So we'll do manipulation and then -1 or -4 because you have your own penalty.
I will use willpower to make up for it.
Okay, got it.
So,
and then Eravok, you're also subtracting 3 from this because of Elisa.
Okay, so that would be 2 minus 4 plus 3, so that would be 1.
Yeah, 1 die.
Great. I don't think I will be off much help, guys.
I think that like it was Charlotte's sort of plan, right? So I actually like it's 3. I like the idea that Charlotte, can you roll me like intelligence plus persuasion -3?
Yes.
I'm trying to help because I realize that's kind of what you're doing. You're the one like giving the suggestion to help with this.
I'm going to spend one power to negate the penalty.
Penalty? Yeah. Okay. From the dream.
Yeah.
Okay, no successes. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm just waiting for Charlotte to roll because they're helping. And I want to say like, oh, Dustin cheats because he is Storms, so they can help you. I'm like, that's not fair.
I could like describe animals to you, like.
Good man, feels real good.
You don't get any direct help from them. Let's see, no successes. Yeah, so you fail to actually transform. So I'll give you 2 choices here, actually. So I'll give you 2 choices. So you can do A, you take the failure and it doesn't work, or B, you can take a dramatic failure and then Dustin gets to control your character because you're now their character, Storms.
I will take a dramatic
failure. Okay,
that makes sense for Dustin.
So you guys swap characters now. You're now Eravok. You're Storms now. So Storms is now in the in the house with you. Aravok disappears. Oh, and you also have to spend glamour to do it as well. So you still have to spend glamour for that.
How much glamour was it?
One glamour, yeah.
One glamour, okay.
Wait, does that mean Storms is now holding the book?
Yes.
You just see like a picture of Charlotte with wide eye, like, wait, who are you? Who is this? Not me?
Oh, fuck. Gonna toss the book. Like,
okay.
It starts screeching.
You fly onto the ground. Also, Aravok, you can add the beat.
so
Does Lisa do anything when you see Storms here? Actually, yeah. Can you post the picture of Storms real quick so they can?
Oh yeah. Let me grab it.
Do you have it still? I have it still.
I do have it still. I
actually archived it, so I don't have it on me right now. But
okay,
if you have it, that'd be good.
Yeah. Let's see.
The folder I have for Exalted was so big that I had to like compress it because it was it's 4 gigabytes after I compressed it. It's huge. Yeah. I think it's because I have all the sessions in there too.
Just give me a moment. My imager is being slow.
No problem. Take your time. This is worth it. I think I can just pull up your old character sheet. That'd be faster.
That probably would be faster.
Give me a sec. I have that in my drive here. I can just share this with Lisa. So you'll see it right away. Just give you view access because you don't need to edit it, obviously. Then I can send it to Lisa. So let me send it to Lisa. Oh, right. I need to open a PM. Boop, PM. Lisa, send. Boop. There you go. You can see them now.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you can continue, Dustin.
All right. So Storms is first of all going to notice Lisa and go, "You're kind of hot." Did anyone tell you that?
Wait, who is telling that too?
Storms is telling you that. Also, Storms, you have to roll willpower. No, I'm kidding. To call back to that all. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Do it. Yeah, no, go ahead. Roll your willpower.
Let me open up Storms' sheet.
No, I have it here. Just roll me like I think it's like 5. I think it was 5. Is
You
what it
think
was.
Storms' dice?
But yeah, actually, you get 2 dice because you're in her dream.
Oh, okay.
2. So just roll 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Why does she need to roll willpower?
Oh, it's a joke. Okay, yeah. So you do get a success. So you know you're not incredibly like distracted, but she's still cute.
Mm-hmm. So what the fuck am I doing here?
The book continues to screech at you.
Would someone shut that thing up?
I am a person. Go fuck yourself.
What is going on?
Sprouts legs and starts walking away.
What is going on?
You saw Aravok transform into this. Well, I'm not really sure what it is, but
no, I know what just happened. It's just that I am in character.
Yeah, you're just like, what in the hell is going on? Right? Okay, got it. Okay. I'm just talking like
I was on some damn cruise and now I'm here.
From your point of view, you just saw Aravok transform into this person.
Can I use a specs on?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, are you okay with that, Dustin?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you can use.
I'm very curious of like how this would work with the Exalted, and
you can use Auspex on them. They don't have a resistance unless you want to use one of your charms to resist it.
I don't
think you have a charm that lets you block like that, but
yeah, most of my charms were physical.
Okay, so yeah, you can. There's no clash of wills. You just roll it. Just remember, you have to start spending Vitae now because you've been using it more than once.
actually, that's only for level 1. For
level 2, it's okay.
Level 2, I still have to spend multiple vitae, but that's only if I use several times on the same person in the same scene.
Okay, got it. It's okay, so you can continue. I wasn't sure how the spending for that worked. You can go ahead. In this case, no penalty for this, so you can just roll it straight because it's the contracts and disciplines work differently. So
okay,
I'll just let you roll it straight because it's not. It says mundane actions only, so supernatural actions don't count.
Okay. 6 successes. Whoa.
Oh. Okay. You know what? You can just watch the 20 episodes of Exalted that I have. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Okay, 6. I'll let you ask, and they don't need to be from the list if you just want to ask 6 questions.
So let's start with.
And I'll give you, as a condition, I'll give you informed on shapeshifters.
Okay.
So you can take that as well.
Okay, so for starter, what the hell am I looking at?
She is similar to something like a werewolf, except it's much more powerful.
Okay.
She's so you know out of character. She's a lunar exalted, but your character has no conception of like what that could be. So basically, the closest thing you can approach is like, yeah, she's some kind of very powerful shapeshifter who would be equivalent to like an elder or stronger even than that. I think your essence was like 3, so she would be like about as powerful as like elder or something.
Okay. Crap, I don't know if Exalted have that kind of thing.
Well, you can ask, I'll answer, because they have intimacies if you're asking for stuff like your aspirations.
Does Exalted use something similar to Vice and Virtue?
Yeah, I can give you her Vice. I know it. I know what it is. I can.
Okay.
Everyone knows what it is. Let's be fucking honest here.
I do have a suspicion, but I am curious. So yes.
The closest thing you can find to her most negative quality is sort of this lingering fear, and you see this kind of. You can see behind her the forest is on fire, and you can hear kind of screams radiating through her mind, like she's dealt with things like this before. Women, children, things like that.
Okay.
Burning, alive.
Oh.
It's hot.
Okay, so let me see.
I'm not gonna make you roll humanity for like, oh my god, but it's pretty intense. So
let's see. That's 2 questions so far, correct?
Yeah, 2. Yeah, you got 2.
So I have a 4 left.
Yep. Let's continue the interview with the lunar.
That one is completely stupid, but I cannot resist. Does this really have the heart for me?
Excuse me, sorry.
Does he really have the hots for her?
Ooh. You can detect like with the beast, there is some attraction there, but it's not like extreme attraction.
Okay.
So you might be able to determine like their sexuality from that, or they're just where they're kind of trending towards. So they might be interested in you, but it's not like they're not serious about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a girlfriend, so.
Damn, you're a side chick. Oof.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I think Lightning would have a pretty big problem with you dealing with this elf.
What is her feeling toward the princess, if she has any?
Yeah, you can answer that. I don't.
Oh, that fucking bitch.
There's your answer.
So basically, a burning hatred.
Raw rage. Yeah, your beast can identify with that.
Okay, so that's 3 questions, only 3 left. I know. Wait, no, that's there is 2 left.
Yeah, 2 left.
I don't even know it. Do I have my sword?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if Princess, like, that was after Princess stuff, so I wasn't sure if she would be aware of it.
Yeah, so no, you don't have it then. You're right. She wouldn't know that. Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Good call on that. Yeah, no, you don't have it.
horse form? She can turn into a horse?
Yes.
I didn't even know Exalted could do that.
Yeah.
Anything.
Rumors can turn into anything they want as long as they hunt. They don't have to kill it, but they can, as long as they hunt it, they can take that form.
Mhm.
So she became I think she became a sea monster and a horse and a bear.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else could I ask that could be useful?
Yeah, 2 more.
I would like to learn the closest thing she has from an inspiration.
Okay. Let me look through your sheet real quick. I will check. Because I opened it. I want to check to see what answer I would give you here.
I think that would probably be.
Yeah, I know her intimacy. I'm just trying to check which intimacies, because you have a few. Where did I put? Where are they? I can check intimacy. Okay, here. So her actually. So you notice that her major aspiration in this case is more abstract, but you can see that you can smell on her there's a scent of like ink and paper, things like that. So you can assume that she works a lot with contracts, letters, things like that. She's a mercenary and she'll fulfill any job that she's contracted to.
Okay. Let's see what else I can ask.
Which I mean is the very easiest way to get Sapphire to do anything.
Okay. Let me check something.
Sure, take your time.
Basically, hey GM, railroad me over here.
Basically.
What is her mood at the moment? And
how are you feeling right now? You're
very confused and annoyed.
Yeah, basically. That sounds right to me.
Okay. Very well. So now that I am done probing her mind.
Wait. Can Charlotte return back to her normal form, or is she stuck as a book?
You have to shift yourself into another form because you started as a book.
So I apologize for greetings, and I apologize for disturbing you, but we are looking for help against someone you might know.
Wow.
A being known as Princess.
Thought I got rid of her. How many punches to the cunt does this bitch need?
Well, apparently she didn't appreciate the first time, but she's right here.
Yeah, and as you say that, she kind of just stands in the doorway like, oh.
Ow.
The book waddles over to her and bumps against her leg before waddling away.
Okay, she kicks you.
Wow. Fucking bitch.
I'm not in the mood right now. Go away.
What?
She kind of leans against the doorway and she's like, what are you doing here?
What the fuck does it matter to you?
So yeah, for the record, she looks older now, so she's not a child. So for Storm's point of view, she looks like the teenage version. So she does look different.
Well, at least I won't feel bad for hitting a kid. She says, cracking knuckles. Ready for round two?
She kind of peers over to Lisa as an elf. And you are? Or you're still you're still hiding, right? So you're not. I mean, you're talking right now. Do you try to hide when she comes in?
No, I am not.
Okay, so she sees you behind Storms, and just kind of. And you are?
I was just visiting.
Oh wow. I'm not inviting visitors right now. Please.
Very well. And I moved as if I was trying to get away.
Okay. So what are you actually doing?
There's a table in this room, right?
Yeah, there's like a reading table, like a study desk, that kind of stuff.
I'm just going to take it and throw it like a frisbee at her.
Okay, well, I want to see what Lisa's doing first. So, Lisa, you're moving to get past her. What are you actually doing?
I try to hide so I can watch what is going on.
Okay, so you're kind of out of the way, and she just picks up a table and throws it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there is one more thing I do once I am out of sight.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I use my Tiban sorcery to summon my sword.
Sounds good to me. So you're doing that while they're throwing stuff and fighting. For you, Storms, I'm not gonna do anything fancy. Just roll me.
Okay, I'm going to increase my strength to like.
I understand. I'm saying what I want you to do is I want you to roll because you're a projection as well, so you're not going to have the same power. But what I want you to do is I want you to roll me. It's going to be 4 dice, please.
All right, 4 dice.
Yeah.
Then they explode.
Yes, they do. They explode normally, and we're not doing 7s, so we're doing World of Darkness still.
Okay, so 8 dice.
1 success.
1 success. Okay, so this table, basically she catches it with her hand, but then she falls backward on her back. Sorry, what, Lisa? What are you doing?
So just to clarify, I am showing 10 dice for the.
No, I wasn't. You don't need to roll anything right now.
Oh, so I just summon it without need for Vitae and.
The sword. Okay, yes, you have to roll for that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I thought so.
For that.
So 9d10 and.
And they explode. Yeah, that's what you were asking for. Okay, yes, they do.
They do? Even though it's not related to my obsession?
Well, you're in the library, so the obsession is being satisfied.
Okay, well, fair enough. 2 successes.
Very nice. So how many did you need? 5 or 10? Was it?
6.
6.
So I need to continue until I get the number of successes necessary.
Got you. Okay, so you're summoning your sword in the meantime. What's Charlotte doing? I'll pass over to you.
Well, as a book and not really a fighter, she would probably just observe for the time being, I guess.
Okay, you're watching.
I can't really see her doing much. She kind of sits down as a book and she's like, all right, time to just watch.
All right. If you want to roll anything to help anybody, let me know, because you could still do that.
Oh, No, I don't think she's trying to help out at the moment.
Okay.
She just got punched. She's kind of like, oof.
Yeah. So you see Princess fall over. It's like, you got a real nerve coming here. She kind of starts.
Yeah, I know.
She starts getting up, and she's like, yeah, probably not. Listen, I'll give you a chance to leave. This is gonna get rough if we keep going.
Storms is going to run at her and grab her in a suplex and.
Okay. We're getting rough.
Spinning suplex.
We're getting rough then. All right.
I managed to. Good news, I managed to summon the sword. Bad news, it took me an hour and a half. So most likely I will.
Well, remember it's a dream, so an hour and a half could be a few seconds.
Okay, good.
I'll let you bend time around if you just want to spend a Vitae to do that. Say, well, okay, normally it would take me an hour, but since we're in my dream, I can make it happen really fast.
Okay, so I spend 1 more Vitae for that.
I'll allow that because you can manipulate time in the dream because it's your world.
Okay, but then I have only 4 Vitae left.
Well, that's not a bad amount. So yeah, you have your sword now. You see Storm's tackle into Princess. It's sort of her move, so she's going to try to obviously not deal with that. She wants to keep you away from her. So she's going to roll to try to push you away. That's going to be and then she also gets a penalty from being in the dream as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, excuse me.
Sure, no problem. So she's not going to do very well unless, and she can't really use a lot of her powers either. So it's going to be pretty rough for her. You can roll the same pool, so it's going to be 4 dice. She gets 3.
All right.
And then she's going to spend willpower on this. But you can ask Kara if then not necessary then. Forget what I said. I was going to say you can ask Kara if he wants to spend some of his willpower to help you. No, okay, very bad. So yeah, she tries to like dodge out of the way or like move, maneuver herself so that she doesn't like get completely smashed into. But then you just like suplex her into the ground. And the tile underneath the house just sort of cracks and flies up. And you can hear like a crack as her bones just sort of shift out of place. So I'll mark the damage, and then Lisa, you can go.
Okay. Do I have to roll initiative to...
No, well, we're not doing initiative, so just continue.
Okay. Well, I know I will regret this, but I try to stab Princess in the back.
Sounds good to me.
It doesn't to me.
Okay. So you're going to roll. I'll give you an extra die because she doesn't get defense because she's restrained. And you can roll your pool.
Okay.
You get the bonus
because I'm in the exalted mood. How about if we combine our attacks?
I mean, you are already basically.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing we can get extra dice if we do this.
So if she doesn't get her defense, I get 5 dice. Since
Yeah,
I have used...
you still take the penalty from your own dream, but
oh fuck.
I'm okay with considering this like a non-mundane action because you're using your magic weapon thingy, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I will take the penalty. It's more fair.
Okay.
So that leaves me with 2 dice then.
Yeah, but she seems to be pretty heavily injured by that one attack.
Wait, she is? I haven't even rolled yet.
No, I'm saying by the suplex.
Oh.
The suplex that cracked the ground.
Yeah, crap it. I will use my last willpower to make up for the penalty.
Sounds good to me. I would do the same thing here. And I was saying you get an extra die because you're basically taking advantage of this situation. I'll give you like 2 extra dice actually. I think you'd be at a pretty big advantage here.
Okay, so
I love that I invented professional wrestling in the 1800s.
That left me with 7 dice.
Okay, 7 dice. Go ahead, roll it. And then the weapon's 1 lethal, right?
Let me check. No, it's 2 lethal.
Great. Okay, so that's gonna be
4 successes, so 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, let me just check something real quick. Okay. So what happens is you stab the sword through her back, and you can see the blood, specifically because it's the blood, seems to affect her very badly. Because once your sword kind of slices in, is it like a sword? Is it like a rapier? Like what kind of sword is it?
It's a rapier.
Okay, so you slice the rapier through her back while she's being restrained by storms, and you see the blood like gush out of her back. And as it gushes out of her back, it like flies like covering her, and as her own blood like covers over her body, like you can see it burning and melting her, and she literally starts like burning and melting and turning into just like a puddle, and she just diffuses and burns away, and the blood continues to just burn at her until she's completely gone. And the dream starts to, the buildings and then the walls just start to slowly melt as well around you.
Wow, that was disgusting.
And Storm starts to melt, and you see Erebok's face kind of returning.
I don't feel so well, Lisa.
Thank you.
I had to.
No, that's fine. That's a good joke.
What did he say? I
He
didn't.
said, "I didn't feel so good."
Right.
I'm gonna see if Kara wants to come back now.
I am just wondering something.
Oh, they disconnected. Okay,
Oh.
wasn't they? I thought they left on purpose. No, they actually disconnected.
I am just wondering something now.
Sure.
Will the real Storm actually remember that happening?
No.
Yeah.
They're just a projection.
Yeah, this was the imagination of like the image of Storms.
Yes, it's a projection of her. It's not real.
Too bad. That would have been hilarious.
So,
oh my God, Princess Grammy. She couldn't imagine a form stronger than Storm's.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. We'll have to talk about this more later. But this is where, so the dream ends and you all wake up and you feel a lot lighter. There's no influence left.
I screech.
And so we'll continue from there next time. But
Okay.
I'm going to give out beats and then.
I have 2 questions.
Sure, I will answer them.
Do I roll humanity since I technically killed someone?
Well, they're not a human being, so I would argue that it wouldn't really be a thing. Well, first of all, there's two counter arguments I could make to that. A, they're not a real person because it's a dream projection, and you know it's a dream projection. You know it's not real. It's an illusion. So
Yeah.
if you think that would still affect your humanity, maybe, but
I suppose not.
But you're not actually. You're healing yourself. So the one way to look at it is you're not actually harming them in any way. You're healing yourself, and it's all part of your mind. So it's not really a bad thing in humanity terms. Now, if you want to roll humanity, because it's not like the same thing as clarity, so I can't make you roll that for like seeing this crazy stuff.
Okay. Second question: do I remove the obsessed condition and take a beat?
Yes, I was gonna give you that right now, and I did. I was gonna do the same thing for Alistair. I was doing
Thank
that
you.
right now. Actually, I was giving them the beat for it because they'll get a beat even though they're not here because they cleared the condition.
Okay.
Wasn't Piper watching this also? I just want to see his like. The fuck was that?
No, he can't see what was in the dream. He's just he's the administrator, but he can't see. Well, he could see into it, but it would take him more effort to do that.
Okay. Oh, third question: how much time has passed when we wake up?
Probably like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, just 2 hours.
That's pretty reasonable, actually.
Yeah, you guys resolved it pretty quickly.
Oh, good.
You just basically took a nap.
Okay, you.
Let me just go over some aspirations real quick. I'll need to do that, and then
Like, did Storms get any of her things?
Storms gets 5 lunar XP, and I'm kidding. Don't mark anything. I'm gonna. Do you think either of you would have had to roll clarity for that? I don't think so. I don't think this would have shocked Charlotte too much.
Yeah, because you didn't want to look at it first because you wanted to make your own. You know.
I mean, maybe Erebok, considering he.
You turned. I'm not gonna punish him for that though. I mean, he knows he's in a dream world, and he chose to do it. If he was forced, it would be clarity roll, but. It wasn't forced. He decided to become you.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like, I'm
asking. I think I'm just gonna ask Charlotte. Like, do you think that'd be a clarity roll? Like, do you think she'd be affected by this, like, reality warping all this stuff to the point where you'd have to roll, or do you think it wouldn't affect you? Because I was gonna check the rules on that. Because usually dreams don't make you roll clarity, but this is kind of a special situation. So I wanted to see what they thought, and then I was gonna look.
I was muted the whole entire fucking time.
Yes,
Great.
Yes, you
All right.
were.
Well, the first thing I said was, well, first off, Charlotte has manipulated her own dreams, so she probably wouldn't be too traumatized.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, dreams don't usually affect your clarity.
And for second off, she was in the library, so she was comfortable. And third off, she was a fucking book. That's like the most comfortable.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, because you weren't affected by any special abilities or any kind of things. You know, dreams don't usually affect your clarity. I just wanted to see if you thought it would have affected you in a deep way.
I think she basically just got stroked by a teenager. That's about it.
Yeah, nothing that's a big deal. Okay, I'm just making sure here to see that nothing
We
would
were
be
just like, what inefficient killing methods?
told.
Fools.
Changing.
Slice their throats.
Yeah, see, this would be if you tried to affect the dream really deeply, but you didn't do that. Nobody did a critical except for Erebach, I think. But they didn't act on it because it was a secondary effect of their thing. Discover someone lied to you, actively searching out memories of Durance taking. See, I could argue it's like a psychedelic experience, but it would still only be one die if you want to roll it. But it wouldn't be super intense. And yeah, it says including tampering with dreams. So if you or someone influencing like a dream that you're in, like to the point where you get uncomfortable.
Charlotte did literally show pictures of her nude body getting dissected.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I could roll with that.
Yeah, let's roll a die because you will get a beat if you succeed. So it might be good for you in this case.
I just realized this is like my third character in this game.
Yeah, because you have Johnny and Storm
And
and Robert. Okay, so I'll have you roll another die to see if you take damage.
Right. Charlotte, don't be a little bitch. Come on. Come on.
Ooh.
Really? The same exact form.
Okay. So I'll mark that for you real quick. Let me go to Lottie. You mark a beat for yourself, and then you mark your clarity damage.
With the second X.
It's a second. It's a bashing, so it's not an X. So just do like a slash, and then you get another beat.
Wait, how many beats did I run before?
What? Sorry.
How many beats did I run before? Like you said, I didn't hear your initial beat given.
Oh, I haven't given them out yet. I was just checking that before I.
Alright, so I got a beat.
Okay, so now I'm gonna give out normal stuff. So it's going to be you get these two you'd complete, so you'd get 3 beats here, Charlotte, and then you can get rid of these two.
Alright, so I get rid of make contact with her.
Yeah, and then establish connections in freehold. So that would be.
Did it really count though? Because it was just a projection of her.
Yes, no, it counts.
Alright, I'm surprised then. Alright, so that means I'm at.
Yeah, you get 3 beats. So you're at 3 and 2, I think.
No, I'm at 3 and 1.
Okay, 4 and well, you have 4 and 1 total, but then you spent 1 already on the mask.
Yep.
Okay, Lisa's turn. So we go to Lisa.
Yes.
Your aspirations, they are here. Okay, so solve issue of fiance. I'm gonna give you a beat for that because we advanced it this session.
Okay.
And then explore, study the hedge. I'll give you. You know what? You were in a dream. I'm still gonna count that. I'll give you 2 beats, but you can keep this one, and then this one still stays. So these 2 you get beats for. They just don't resolve.
Okay.
So 3 beats total because participation. So you get 3 as well.
Okay, so that would leave me with 1 beat and 1 experience.
Yeah, I'm marking Aerovox real quick, and then I'll get to William.
Okay.
Oh, this is getting good.
I'm just marking it for him when I find his aspect.
I think I played Storms more today than Williams.
Yeah, well, you still did stuff.
Yeah.
I I admit the whole having an exalted character showing up in the middle of the session was actually great.
Yeah. I'm debating on if this counts as face a worthy challenge in battle. I'll give him that one, actually. Is it kind of close?
You just did it through proxy.
Yeah. But I'm not going to resolve it because it's not him, but... Okay. Just telling him I marked the beats for him, so when he comes back, he knows. And then I have to do William. So William, let me go grab you real quick. Where are you, William? Oh, why don't I have you open? Oh, I didn't open yours. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The face when you can now just let Princess spread you open and looked inside.
This is a children's show. Come on.
Let me have this, goddammit. She's like slightly cute in my book. Slightly.
What, you think Princess is cute?
Maybe. Can you see your profile picture?
Okay, so yeah, she's the profile. So you're gonna accomplish this one with the pack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mark that one away. Start learning how to survive by the free hunt. I mean, yeah, we can assume that you did that during the downtime.
Okay.
So I'll get rid of that. So you'll get 3 beats.
Yay. Almost everyone gets 3 beats.
Yeah, basically. Everyone did well today.
Yeah, that was an eventful session.
Yes. I wanted Alistair to confront Princess again, and I actually had a lot more planned.
But they ditched.
Oh well, Storm's got to confront Princess again.
Yeah, I wrote this whole monologue that I'm never going to be able to say now, but it's okay. I actually, because I was prepared for if you guys, I was actually more prepared for you guys to confront her with words than violence, because I figured.
I was actually planning to confront her with words, but
this is actually the faster resolution. So you guys found a roundabout.
Storms came, and then.
I mean, I like that because you found out one of her other weaknesses, which was, hey, Storms, and then you summoned her, and then she beat the crap out of Princess.
I feel like you guys misinterpreted what I said. I said you guys should try and convince her that the shapeshifters are very far away, and you guys like, let's make them fight. I'm like, no.
No.
That's like why she sat around. She's like, why the fuck are they fighting? Why are they doing this?
Just saying next time we actually confront her for real, I am using words.
Yeah, that's good because I have a whole monologue planned for that.
I'm gonna try and seduce her.
Sounds hot, actually. Oh my god.
It's like scalpels. You know I got these scars. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Don't ask.
Okay, so I am hesitating. Should I buy a skill dot or should I keep